Your next stop is the Augie Commons Dining Room, everyone's favorite place on campus. Touring the Commons is probably one of the most exciting spots on campus to show off to prospective students, and often there are current students busy eating and chatting, so there's usually a really nice energy in the dining room during your tour. When you walk in, take some time to show them all the different eating options we have available, and talk a little bit about what kinds of foods are regularly served in each area, and then even tell them some of your favorite meals in the Commons. Mention the unlimited plan that we have here at Augustana and talk a little bit about the positives of using Augie's meal plan. This might even be a good opportunity to talk about work study a little bit because you may see some current students serving in the cafeteria. Be sure to highlight that eating healthy is very easy to do in the Commons, and there are always vegetarian and vegan options available to students. You can also highlight the new special diet section for students with gluten or lactose intolerance. It's always stocked with soy and almond milk, as well as gluten-free breads and cereals. When you walk into the dining hall, you can talk a little bit about how eating in the Augie Commons is as much a social experience as it is a dining experience. Because we have one main central dining location for our students, this is where we spend time catching up with friends, seeing people we miss during our busy weeks, and relax after class. We even celebrate Thanksgiving every year together as a campus in the Commons, and we love to decorate our cafeteria during the Christmas season. Before you leave the Commons, direct your tour's attention to the famous, or perhaps infamous, Blizzard machine. And then also direct their attention to the conveyor belt, where they can drop off their dirty trays and dishes before they leave. When you leave the dining hall, you'll walk down the stairs by our huge bulletin board, filled with events going on campus as well as in our community. It's really nice for your tour to see that Augustana students are always informed about what's happening on campus. Your next stop will be the Huddle, our on-campus cafe. You can tell students a little bit about what the Huddle offers as a secondary eating option, and you can also tell them a little bit about Viking Bucks and what kind of opportunities students have to use this money on. Be sure to mention some of your personal favorite snacks in the Huddle, like puppy chow, chicken nuggets, and caribou coffee. You can even mention the new hotspot option that allows students to try all sorts of specialty and international meals. Your tour may be interested to know that the Huddle is a major spot for lots of student activity, like study groups, late-night homework sessions, grabbing a quick meal before class, or just hanging out with friends to watch a game. Because the Huddle has some of our most friendly staff members, you can emphasize the great sense of community that exists between students, faculty, and staff.
An introduction.
Okay. My name is Damian Lewis. I'm the general manager here for the food services here at Augustana College. I just started here this summer and came on for the fall. Previously, before that, I had worked at Minnesota State University Moorhead for the last 5 years. I was the general manager, and we had a dining hall with about 1,500 students in it. Right now, Augustana, we have about 1,250 in the dining hall, so they're a little bit comparable. But we also had multiple retail outlets at Moorhead as well. Before that, I was at Valley City State University, which was my alma mater, which I was kind of lucky to work at. But there, once again, we ran retail and dining hall and catering. And you know, I got my start out at Concordia University in St. Paul, and I was a catering and retail manager there. So kind of worked my way up. I was one of those guys that started in the dish room and worked my way up to general manager, and 20 years later, here I am. So
Yeah. So you've been at a variety of different colleges, but mostly here in the Upper Midwest. What do you think makes Augustana distinct or different in terms of maybe what you're doing or your staff is doing, as far as Augustana Dining Services and what we're providing, or also maybe just the commons, the Ortal Dining Room, the Huddle, in terms of like the physical space. What are some things that you think are different or unique about Augustana compared to some of the other places you've been?
I mean, a lot of the spaces are kind of the same. You're going to find a dining hall. You're going to find a retail area at a lot of places. But what you're going to find here that's different in Augustana College is the sense of community. I mean, kids come in, they eat together. It's like a big family eating together, and you're going to see that. I mean, I've never seen a dining hall packed the way it is. I've never seen so many kids on a meal plan come and eat at one time. A lot of times on a meal plan, you'll have maybe half the kids come and eat at one time. Here, it's 75% to 80%, and they're all sitting down, and they're laughing, they're having a great time, they're enjoying the good food, and it just makes it for a fun atmosphere. And that's what makes it special. I mean, it really is sitting down for a meal with your family.
Good. We've been on the kind of offered the unlimited meal plan here for a couple of years now. What do you think for the students that have that, which is a majority, are the advantages for them in having an unlimited meal plan?
There are a lot of advantages to having the unlimited meal plan. If you think about a traditional meal plan, there are set times for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. What happens if you pick up an extra class? You're not able to eat during that time. What if you have a job? You're not able to go to that. What if you pick up a lab? What if you're volunteering someplace? I mean, you're going to miss meal periods. Where on an unlimited plan, you can work with your schedule. You can come in at different times. We are going to have a heavier breakfast, lunch, and dinner offerings, but we are going to have things out there all the time for the students to eat and to enjoy. And one of the things that is a lesser known fact is it's actually a healthier way of eating. People don't understand that or don't realize that if you miss a meal and then you go and have a large meal after that, it's not a healthy way of eating. Where now you can come back 4, 5, 6 times a day when you're snacky, when you're hungry, and you can get healthy snacks and you don't have to gorge yourself with so many calories at one time. So if you've had breakfast and you're like, oh, I'm still hungry after I've gone to my class, I can come back in, get a banana, maybe get some more milk to drink, some more juice, and take off. And it's just kind of it's a healthier way. It's better for your body to eat that way.
Yeah. Okay. What are some of maybe the new options, strategies, promotions that you've implemented, or maybe you have some plans for here in the coming year?
We started out. We're trying a new, different type of menu. One that doesn't have as much repetition in it. Some areas that you're going to notice that more are on the grill and on the pizza platform. Just where a standard would be pepperoni pizza, cheese pizza all the time. Or now you're going to have different calzones, pizzettas, strombolis. On the grill is not going to be burgers at lunch, burgers at supper. We're going to put out a higher quality food that's more of a restaurant type quality and a special item for the students. And it really gets that monotony broken up, that you're not seeing the same thing all the time. We're adding a lot more vegetarian, vegan items because it's something the students have really asked for. We're doing a lot more gluten-free offerings, dairy-free, lactose-free offerings, and we've really changed the way that we identify the foods that are out front. They have an item identifier on each one, and it tells the nutritional information. It tells some of the allergens that are going to be in there. And one of the cool things is a lot of them have a barcode that's on there, and you can link that up with your smartphone. There's an app called MyFitnessPal, and if students are interested in how many calories they're taking in a day or trying to lose weight or maintain a healthy weight, they can download the app for free, and they can use that and they can scan all the Sodexo recipes in there. Each one has a barcode, along with some of our items down in the Huddle. All of our sandwiches, salads we make down there all have the barcodes. can scan them, you go right in there, and it can help track, what you're taking into your body and how you're using it. So it's really cool. We're one of the only companies that, food service companies that are teaming up and doing that. So
that's cool. You kind of alluded to the fact that you've been responsive to some of the students' requests. How do you get feedback from students? Is there specific ways that you do that?
We do it a lot of different ways. My favorite is to actually have students come up and talk to us, because then we get to know the students a lot better, because we want to be known as very approachable. But of course, there's always comment cards if the students just want to kind of write us a note, good, bad, indifferent, whatever it may be. We like some of those. Those are fun and good ways to get feedback. They can follow us on Twitter. They can get instant feedback that way. We've really been expanding that. Facebook, through our website, there are links that they can send us a comment on there. We do surveys twice a year, and then also the Senate here, we have a kitchen cabinet that also does a survey as well too. So there are a lot of different ways. My favorite is when the students come and talk to me directly. So we really like to meet them. So.
Yeah. You alluded to some of this in a previous answer as well, but we're seeing more and more students that are coming to college with maybe some concerns relative to allergies. How would you recommend that our student ambassadors, while they're on tour, if that comes up, how should they suggest to the student that they approach that topic with Augustana in particular?
You're going to see more allergens and more special diets. They're going to become more and more prevalent. So when students do ask, it would be the first thing to ask if anybody has any allergens or has any special needs at that point. And if they feel comfortable, hopefully they're going to tell you. If not, tell them if you don't want to discuss it now, you're welcome to discuss it after the tour at a later time in private. And they can even set up a meeting with me and my chef. But to just find out, and then if somebody says, hey, I have celiac disease or I'm gluten-free, to say, well, we have options for you. We're making a lot of changes and doing things differently for you, and point out the special diets cooler that we have out in the dining hall. And that's really kind of a hub for students that are gluten-free, some that are lactose-free, to find items that they need to make a complete meal for themselves. So we're going to have gluten-free breads out there. There are gluten-free desserts out there. There are gluten-free tortillas out there, buns, and separate condiments. That way we don't have cross-contamination with those types of allergens. But they can use that cooler to get pretty much everything that the other students are getting. So if they want a burger or chicken breast off the grill, they can go get a bun from the cooler that's safe over there. It's not going to be contaminated. They can take that, go over to the grill, and get a chicken sandwich just like anybody else. They can take some of the bread, bring that over to the deli, and they can get a sandwich just like anybody else. So they don't have to feel different. They don't have to feel like they're putting anybody out. But it's just kind of a starter, and it's a place that they can get some of the things that they need. And if they would like to discuss it more, we're more than happy to set up a time to talk with myself, chef, or any of my other managers to discuss it. So, but we're here to help.
Okay, great. And then same with students that are have specific questions about a vegetarian diet, vegan diet. Same approach for that.
Yeah, definitely the same approach, but
Okay.
definitely point out the vegetarian vegan station that we've had, and it's some things are not on the vegetarian vegan station, but they are on the main line. Say we may have vegetarian pasta, that's out there with a sauce.
Yeah.
There are a lot of great things on the salad bar that revolve daily. There are things on the deli too. I mean, we have hummus out and pita and lots of different things. So it's just kind of they'll learn where to find them, but help point them out.
Okay. Talk a little bit more about the Huddle and what you envision the Huddle should be, could be for Augustana students, and I guess maybe how to best describe it to a prospective student, and to kind of really point out the differences of importance between that and the main dining hall.
Right now, I think the Huddle is really trying to find an identity, and I think we need to find an identity for the Huddle. But what we're focusing on right now, and I think is a good way to describe the Huddle, It's of course, a quick food option, great for commuter students if they don't have a meal plan. Faculty and staff come down there. But really, the Huddle's another gathering place. There aren't a lot of gathering places on campus. That's starting to become a gathering place, whether it be for studying. We've tried to add some more student fun and entertainment in there. We've brought a pool table in there. We've expanded, the Caribou Coffee in there. Please, point out the fact that we have a national brand coffee chain in there, and you can get the same drinks you can get at a Caribou. But it's really a gathering place. And in the evening, when the dining hall shuts down, there are some students that choose to use an exchange meal. They get 5 exchange meals down in the Huddle a week. So if they can't make it for supper up here, they have practice that's running late. They have a lab or their job is taking over. They can get a meal down in the Huddle when the main dining hall is closed. So a lot of students come down there after the 7 o'clock hour when we close up here. But it really then becomes a gathering place. People are down there hanging out, laughing, having a good time, studying. But it's right now it's just a comfortable hangout for everybody.
How late can they get the exchange meal?
They can get the exchange meal up to 10:30.
Okay.
So.
Oh, good. Okay. Cool. What about whether it's in the Huddle or other places? From what you've seen, heard, maybe you have specific data. What are the most popular items at Augustana?
Before I came here, and all I heard was Augie Bowl, Augie Bowl, Augie Bowl. Just like the KFC bowl,
Yeah.
mashed potatoes, gravy, corn, and popcorn chicken on there. That's one of the favorites. Of course, here, I'll have to say, the students here love their vegetables. They do a nice job. We use nice, fresh vegetables all the time. We don't use the frozen processed. We offer great, so they really do eat a lot of vegetables, which is great. Other things I like, of course, college students, pizza, that's right up there, and they are really liking the new changes that we're making with the pizza. I'm trying to think some of the others. Downstairs in the Huddle is chicken quesadilla. That's one of the ones that are popular down there, and it changes kind of with different groups when different enrollment classes coming in, but those are the ones that kind of really hang around. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, anything else that you think that you'd like our tour guides to talk about, to highlight relative to Augustana Dining Services, or to point out when they're taking students and families through?
Just point out the staff. We're here to serve you and to take care of the students. And to know that we're very approachable. That's the number one thing. We want everybody to know that we're here to talk to, and if there's things that you're looking for and need and want or have questions, the best way to get it is to come and talk to us. And other things that to look forward to, even though they haven't quite started yet, and one's going to be starting next week, is the theme meals.
Okay.
And the students are really going to start to see what those are all about. That's the fun factor I like to bring.
Yeah.
Where we have the great sense of community, but we're going to add some more fun coming in, and we're going to be having movie nights that come in there that we're going to be showing shorts and features, and just turning it into a different atmosphere out in the dining hall. We'll do different meals out there that are themed. Maybe it's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Maybe it's Mardi Gras. A lot of different things that kind of pique the interest and make it fun. Cool. Because it's their space, it's their home. We want to make them enjoy it.
Great. All right. Thanks, Damien.
Yep.